Record. All right. Miss you. All right, Chantel,
Oh, the
Chris,
background.
are you here? Chantel? Okay.
Yes, hey.
Hey, darling.
How are you?
Good. How are y'all?
Good, good. Super excited.
Good. Good, good.
You picked a good
Uh,
background there. I like the
oh, thanks. Thank you.
very
All right.
fitting.
I'll keep an eye on anybody who is interested in joining. But welcome everyone to our first official Stars and Sparks Book Club meeting. First off, we have announcements. This meeting will last 40 minutes. If we want to extend the meeting, we will create a second link at the end. Second, everyone here will be added to a drawing at the end to win a prize that my brother has helped me out with. These prizes will also be available throughout the year, so keep a lookout for more events. Third, I am thankful for everyone is here. Participation is accepted but not mandatory for any of these meetings. We are a safe space for us to discuss books and where to go. Anyways, we're a safe space to discuss books that we are reading and feel comfortable doing that. But if you don't want to have the camera on you or the microphone, then that is fine. The chat bar is available if that is what you prefer. Also, we are adults who say adult things, so be mindful of your surroundings for those little listening ears. Meetings will also be recorded and added to YouTube for anyone who has missed a meeting but still wants to listen to what was discussed. Fourth, November's book club theme is Sharing is Caring. Since we are coming to the end of 2025, what is your favorite romance series that you have read in 2025 that you would like to share? Post the first book of that series in the club book I want to read. And lastly, if you are enjoying book club and would like your family and friends to join you, we would love to have them. The link to share this group is in the book club app under members to our club. Please share if you think they would be interested. Others may need an escape from their life as much as we do, so might as well try. All right, we will be discussing If It Makes You Happy by Julie Olivia.
Yay!
I might try to
Get that.
go away for real quick. Anyways, we're good. All right. What did we think about it, y'all?
It was cute.
Like it?
It's a good palate cleanser. It was like just a feel good, warm, fuzzy, hallmarky. I like it.
Yes, Hallmark
Absolutely.
was exactly what I thought. I was like, it's like carbon copy Hallmark, but it was good because I had been reading some like really like deep fantasy stuff. And so it was nice just to kind of wipe the slate clean.
Oh, absolutely. It was great. It made me want to watch Practical Magic. That's like because it was that Sandra Bullock vibe and just that small town homie, especially in Practical Magic, where the guy just rolls out his card and people like, oh no, and then magically happily ever after. It's just like I'm confused. Chris, what do you think?
I liked it a lot. Like it was just like I've been bad at reading this last couple months, and so it was just like an easy book to listen to, low. You didn't have to follow along that intensely, with other books. And you just kind of fade in and out of the storyline, but it was a nice read. Oh, nice listen to. So it's good.
Good.
Great. I loved it too. I absolutely loved it. I mean, of course, there were just so many little details, like you said, that weren't the biggest thing, but I said I loved going through all the holidays. I loved that kind of slow burn. I mean, now there for a minute, I was like, are they gonna have sex or not? Do you know what I'm saying? I was like, and it may be just that I'm like a little pregnant and a little hormonal. I'm just like 350 pages. Can we do it? Please. Like that. But I absolutely there it was so good all the way around. Absolutely loved it.
Lovely. Lovely. What was your favorite part of the book?
Like of
Or
course
favorite moment or favorite quote?
I'm like, there were a bunch of good quotes, right? I'm like, but I think I loved, and I'm not the biggest animal person, but I loved her conversations with Rocket. So like as far as like a little detail, like
Yeah.
her, like him responding back to her was I think I loved that so much, but I didn't love the epilogue from his point of view. Like for a
Mm-hmm.
second, I was like, what? And then I was like, no, I was like, no, I would have rather just stayed the way that it was. But I was like, that was probably a little detail that I really enjoyed more than I kind of like expected to.
Oh,
Did
Rocket
we
was
think
fantastic.
that it was him responding, or did we think it was like her interpretation? You know what I'm saying? Like, was it supposed to be like she just looks at her dog and she's like, "Oh yeah, my dog's judging me right now. This is what he's saying."
I thought he
Right.
was responding. I was like, she reads him that well. That was my.
I was like, as a dog owner, I definitely feel like, okay, you're telling me something, and I know exactly what you're saying. Your little like dog brain, even though it's not the case, but I definitely feel like it's a response of uh of that. Yeah, it was great. Loved
But
Rocket.
on the other note, on the same like Rocket thing, I was almost so sad at Halloween whenever Brittany got hurt, and then it took her once again kind of that slow burn. I'm just like, can you just forgive him already? Like, I almost wanted to cry for Rocket. It was so sad, and anyway.
You didn't mean it, okay? You just forgive and forget.
Oh, and I mean, we were finally getting our makeout scene, and I'm like, always some damn kids. I was like, oh God.
Isn't it always the children who get in the way?
I was like, I mean, not that we were gonna make out in the bushes, which I really enjoyed, but anyway.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Oh, no.
So,
I
did we
like
like
that
the
you
ending?
basically got like another Zayden Ryerson F it moment, because he was like, "No, like the first time I kissed you, like this is not gonna happen in the bushes," and then he's like, "Yeah, screw it, whatever."
Right.
Oh wait,
Right.
so romantic.
All right. What did we actually rank the book, y'all? Like, we're gonna do rating on normal books, and obviously, probably everyone has their movement of
Typical.
like, I don't rate anything lower than a 2, because if it's a 2, I'd be in that anyway. I rate off of vibe, and we're also gonna rate off the spice level. So, what do we got?
3 or 4, maybe.
3 or 4?
Yeah. I
All
mean, it
right.
wasn't quite, well, I guess it all depends on your vibe. Because, like, my favorites are like Fourth Wing Akatara. Like, that's like
Right.
5 plus
You're like, I
plus
have
for
to read
me.
this multiple times.
Yes,
I
yes,
think
absolutely.
it's so
But this
hard
was
because I
so
think you
cute.
almost have to just know what it is
Yeah.
that you're picking up. And so like if
Mhm.
I'm rating a Hallmark story, then I'm like, yeah, it's a 5 Hallmark story.
Yeah.
But if I'm ranking it on like depth of storytelling and overall
Mm-hmm.
plot, I'm like, yeah, no, you're a 3. But you just
Yeah.
gotta know what you're picking up.
I just love the
Absolutely.
throwback of it too. Like it's in a different decade. And I like loved that, like, oh, there's a landline and like all the little things, like stuff like that made it a little bit more interesting to me.
Oh, the
Just,
Backstreet Boys poster.
oh, I know. All the things. I'm like, yes.
And the stars on the ceiling, I liked that detail. And I was
Yes.
like, oh
Yes.
man, I remember those, like 90
Did
seconds. So.
anyone else pay attention to the playlist at the beginning? The like
Yeah.
90s
I didn't go back
playlist?
and listen to it, but it looked
It's
really good.
yeah, it was a really
Yeah.
good playlist.
I just remembered the title, obviously, if it makes you happy, was the last song of the playlist. That's the
And
only
it
thing I
stayed in
remembered
my
when I was
head
listening
like all
to
week
it.
long. Yeah, I'm like, it was
Yeah.
in my head all week long.
Like, I cannot remember for the life of me what this book title name is. I have to look it up every single time. But I got that song. As soon as I say it, I was just like, if it makes you happy. Every time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I know it's hard to say. It's like we knew what it was going in. So I'm like, overall, I mean, do I think it was like a really cute? I mean, it's a solid 7. I mean, she really put a lot of effort into it. Like when I'm thinking about just the writer, I'm like, kudos to her. She had some really
Mm-hmm.
good details, really good elements. I loved so much of it. But then there were other parts that I'm just like, okay, I get that he's a baker, but if he bakes her one more thing, I'm just like, like whatever. I'm like, bake her a damn cake. You know what I'm saying? Like that's where I was at with that. Like so, there were some things that I was like, okay, can we move on from it? But there were a lot of other things that I was like, oh, okay, this is really sweet. I'm like and then how she tried to tie some things in, like at the very beginning at her mom's wake, right, or her mom's funeral, and she makes eye contact with this guy. I mean, then I was like, you're reaching, sis. I was like, you're reaching. I was like, that's, and then to try to tie that back in at the beginning, I was like, don't reach.
Right.
Right. I was like, the dog running through the airport, she had some really good scenes that she didn't have to try so hard. And I thought that too about the 90s kind of vibe too. It was interesting how I think if this was set today, she would have went back to Washington. I can't say I wanted her to, but I thought the feminist, I'm like, I'm not sure when that era kind of took off, but I thought there's no way she would have worked so hard for that career as a 30-year-old woman. So there were some things that I'm like, you are really pushing a little bit, you know? I'm like, I could have used a little bit more drama, but we go back to feel good Hallmark. So I'm like,
we go back to Feel Good Hallmark.
I know, I'm like 7 for what it was. If I could have ate some cinnamon rolls, that would have been great. Like, but
did anyone else go and Google and look up the name of that dessert that he finally decided was like her? I went and looked it up.
I was like, no.
What is it?
I know that you could make it, but I could not. Also, is a scale 1 to 10 or 1 to 5? Because I was thinking like 5 stars.
I had it 1 to 5, but just tell me what you have, and then obviously if it's an 8, it's going to be 1 to 10. I don't think anybody's going to do 1 to 11. But I mean, I had it as a 4, but I rate off of vibes and only vibes. Like a 5-star is I'm going to continuously read these books. I'm going to add it to my bookshelf. 4 is I had a good time. Not my favorite. I'll probably never read it again. 3 is it needed some help, but it was fine. And then 2 is I'm never going to touch this book again.
I would say solid 4 for sure. I mean, I did already pass it on to my coworker, so I'm like,
good.
Yeah. Good. For $18, it's going to get read more than once, not by me, but by somebody. You know.
We had ordered ours as soon as we found out about the book club, like that this is the pick. It comes tomorrow. It's getting delivered tomorrow.
So it is going on the bookshelf by default.
Yes. All right. So would
by the way, just because like at the end of the day, I was like, do I want to listen to it? Do I want to do it, or like do I just want to watch TV? And so sometimes I just watch TV instead of listening to the book. So the interest is like the bat table for me. But it was a very nice, very folly, very just relaxing kind of book. So
it was a good first book club.
Yeah.
Like not some heavy-handed book or anything, but
yeah.
Awesome.
Hi,
anybody else? Nope. Okay, cool. So if you were the FMC, would you go back to your job and your career, or would you stay like and finish out your love story? I mean, it kind of touches back on what Chantel was saying. Like, what would you do if you were in her situation?
I mean, no, and we're thinking we're in the 90s, right? So we cannot, because for a second I was like, why can't she not just work from home? And then I was like, oh, no shit, she can't work from home. So sometimes I forgot we were in the 90s, and then it would dawn on me, and I'm like, man, we had our pluses, we had our negatives. I mean, it's such a
I totally thought the same thing just now. It's just like, why can't we go? Like, you can work from home. That's easy. That's fine. And I was like, oh, wait.
I think I would have stayed. I think I would have left the advertising job. But I mean, I don't know. I think running the inn would have been my vibe though, right? Like hospitality, like I could see, and her mom, there was so much there, and those girls. So I think I would have stayed for so many of those kind of layers.
I think so too, because she had a good relationship with her dad, and she had a good relationship with her sister, and by the end she liked the town. And I think that even if little sis goes back to art school, I think she's going to be someone who's still going to be hands on in the family business and she's going to be there. So the hopeless romantic in me thinks, yeah, like I would have just stayed. It's not like she didn't have income, like she was
Right.
leaving one job in the city, but she had secured a job somewhere else. So
But how much money was there on the table? Let's be
Not
real.
about money, Samuel.
I know,
She's a
because the
business owner,
Hallmark
though.
movie book, okay? Yeah,
Okay.
but-
I'll tell you why.
And then we hit 2008, we hit the recession, and now
Right.
that little small town goes nowhere because I was like, she should have stayed in marketing.
Okay, she doesn't know that though.
This is true. COVID
I
hasn't
was she
happened.
found a
It's
man
not
that cooked
thing.
for her. Amazing.
They're just worried about their computers not crashing.
Right. Right. All right.
And of course, the sex was really good. Like, we don't just walk away from like, that was some really good sex.
There you go.
I mean, I liked him.
And take it from
No, he
me,
was
once
cute.
you stop wearing pencil skirts and slacks and switch to like jeans, dressing up jeans, there's no going back. There's just no way. I would not have done that.
Right. Did your perception of Michelle change as the story progressed?
She needed therapy, but that wasn't a big thing in the 90s as well. So I'm like, but because we wanted to have so much growth there. And I think nowadays we would have been like, she really should call a therapist and kind of work through some of that. Mm-hmm.
That's a good
I'm
point.
like, especially with her being friends with the oldest daughter. I'm not going to remember her name. And having
Emily.
that same kind of Emily. Thank you. I mean, I read this book like 3 weeks ago, so
Yeah.
I'm stuck on another series right now. But having that same correlation of like, my mom doesn't, like, having the feeling of my mom doesn't love me, but even though she does, and then the family dynamic, and I'm like, and those are hard decisions. I'm like, probably as a parent, like making sure that both your children, even if like the first one was one person in your life was harder than, shouldn't like hinder either or on your love for them.
And she touched on that postpartum. I think her mom had a little bit of postpartum depression. I honestly might argue that both Bertie and whatever Tracy. I think they both might have had a little bit of postpartum depression going on. But that was interesting.
I felt like that was indicated too.
Yeah, I mean, it was really, really sad, and I hated that they could relate that way. But I mean, speaking about Emily, though, I was really glad that her pregnancy scare, I'm glad she didn't end up pregnant, because I felt like that would have really overshadowed Michelle's story. Like, I think, like you said, I almost would have started to care more about, but if they were going to do a sequel, that would have been the way to go. But
yeah.
And I don't know, those mommy issues would have really resurfaced if she followed in her mom's footsteps. And I don't know, I was never a fan of Josh, so whatever.
Damn, that blockbuster. Did you think that the author did good at those darker moments? At those like as a in-world problem, do you think she did good at like addressing them, bringing them forward, talking through them?
I think it was, if you again think back to the fact that this is set in the 90s, then Josh and Michelle too, and Josh's wife, wait, am I saying this right? No, Cliff's wife, and Michelle and Cliff himself, they would all have been considered very, very progressive parents for the 90s, because they're talking about contraception very, very openly, and like, just be safe. And that I don't feel like was the tune of the 90s. The 90s was like coming off of Dare and
Right, absolutely.
mongering and everything else.
We're getting married, like, end of story.
I mean, and even being like, oh, come over for Christmas. Like, I can't see an ex-wife even doing that. I'm like,
so I think that she told a very progressive story if you are focused on the fact that it was set in the 90s.
Cool.
That was a good catch.
Did you ever think that Michelle's mom would have written that note in the end, or like any after death message? Like, was that on in your brain that this is what's going to happen, or did you have that thought at all?
I didn't pick up that I mean, I didn't pick up that she was going to find that, but I did write that I was really glad that she did, because I think that kind of helped her make that decision that she made in the end. It gave her that perspective that if it makes you happy, like happiness really is kind of subjective and it can change. And I really liked her mom, almost like a ghost character, if you will. I really liked her mom, even though we never really had a chance to meet her. I loved hearing the memories about her. Like I said, I really enjoyed the little details. I mean, I loved the birthday card from the ex. Like, I loved so many of those little details.
Mm-hmm. How much did we hate Michelle's ex, though? Like, her husband was awful. And I'm so glad he was only in the very beginning. And I was like, I don't ever have to see him again. This is awesome.
Yeah, like get him out of your life.
Right. Cliff, how do we think he ranks in our like MMC characters compared to other MMCs that we see in our other books that we're familiar with? How do you think he's doing compared to those? Do we like him?
What does it stand for, MMC?
Main male character.
Main male character. Okay, thanks. I'm like, okay.
Sorry. Yeah, main male character. So
he can
bake.
Do
we like him compared to our other ones, or what?
He can bake, and he's a really good dad. So I give him some points for that for sure. He doesn't have wings, and I don't know about how I feel about that. And he doesn't ride a dragon. So I'm like 3.
He's not a military hero that's coming back from
Yeah.
That sounds good too.
He definitely gives Golden Boy golden retriever energy. That's for sure.
Yeah.
He's definitely my cup of tea. I'm like, I thought he was sweet, but I didn't want him to like have wings or ride a dragon or anything like that. I'm like, but the fact that he is a dad, I think I usually like to bring my own kids to the table, and I don't really want you to have any kids because, it's not fun, So each their own. Like, I was swipe left on that, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah. Would you like to have him as a neighbor?
I think so. Man, he can bake me cookies all the time, and I'll say yes. And I think he'd be a good neighbor. I'd be okay with that.
I'd be like, personal space. You can drop them off my porch, but like personal space. I don't need you coming over all the time.
Yeah, and I didn't see him fix anything. So I mean, I really prefer a man that like fixes things, I don't know. And I don't know. And I need makes less jokes. I would not have found him as funny as she did. I think if I would have been more like Tracy, I've been like, all right. Okay.
All right, bye. Who was your favorite side character?
I like Emily. I like her teen angstiness and her relationship with her sister. And I don't know. I think she was just my favorite.
Yeah, she was spot on as far as a teen and all the things. I mean, of course, I'm going with Rocket. I'm like, he was my favorite supporting character. I was really Team Rocket.
Corey and I were discussing that Team Rocket is definitely our favorite character. We're like, we love you. We love you, Rocket.
Team Rocket blasting off again.
That's literally the first thing I thought of, Christine.
I thought the sister, I thought it was cool. I guess I like both sisters, honestly, but maybe Cliff's sister more. Whatever, I forgot her name already.
Carol.
Yeah, I don't know. I liked her so.
Yeah, I liked Sarah too. I mean, that one date they had, now that was hysterical for me when she just went on and on about Michelle and just some of those details.
That date, was funny.
And just the way she had her hair, like now that was like the best 90s pictures I had too, like all her and the sparkles on the boobs. And anyway, that was funny.
Yeah.
I loved how there was not really like a sibling rivalry between them as sisters, because I feel like every book that you read, if it's family, there's some kind of tension, right? Like, and even though they had two very different versions of their mother, they didn't let that come between them. And I think that says a lot to Michelle's personality, that she still was able to view her sister with a lot of love and respect and not resentment. And I thought that was really cool to see that storyline written.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that was great. Do we like the tropes in this book?
The what?
The tropes?
What'd you say? Trope?
Trope, yeah.
What's that?
Definition.
Okay. So this one is, I mean, this is a small town romance, obviously. I mean, small. You could say the small town romance is a trope. You could say, I mean, marriage of convenience is a trope. You have slow burn. You have one bed. These are all tropes.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Definitely slow burn for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely slow burn. I'm
I
glad
was
that they
struggling. I was
didn't
itching.
like immediately start liking each other in the first like week. Like it took months. And that was cool. Like seeing the seasons progress and actually like how they started caring about each other. That was cool.
Would you
I mean,
consider this
technically he
forced
does.
proximity?
I would consider forced proximity. I would also kind of almost do like trainer trainee to an extent because he was teaching her how to cook, how to bake,
How to be social.
trying to be social. Like he has to teach her how to do these things, which surprised me. And I was talking to Corey about this. Was it surprised me as a marketing person, which and I could just not know anything about marketing. How she just doesn't have a good public, like personal surrounding like vibe about her while being in marketing. I was just like, you have to like want people to hang out and like buy your things. So how can you not sell something like this and like get good ratings and be personable? Yeah. But maybe that I'm just used to Whitney marketing and not like corporate marketing. And that could be.
I had the same thought that I was talking to Sam about, because so for someone who is in marketing, PR, it's like the whole idea behind it is that you have to know is that you're marketing or selling. And so what works in one situation, as a person in that field, it's not a one size fit all solution. You have to be flexible and be able to figure it out. So I was surprised that she couldn't figure out that this was so small town. She was like, why would they want my mom to eat breakfast with them? Like they're on vacation. Like, why would they want that? But so she just didn't have a very good feel for that. And it did surprise me, because even if you are in a big city doing it, you would think that you would be able to kind of switch gears and realize that you're not in Seattle anymore.
Right. It's like people do escape to the country for a reason. Whatever that reason is. Cool. All right. What was your takeaway from this book? Like, did your opinion change on anything regarding like family dynamics, like community? Ooh. All right, we are ending in 10 minutes, so this is going to be the last question. So did it change on family dynamics? Did it change, like, did your perception change on small town or like small communities or getting together with the community more? Did any of that change, or like what was your takeaway?
I think I kind of thought, like, I wish that we did pretty much, well, all of us, I'm looking at who's on here, every single one of us grew up in a small town. but it wasn't that kind of small town.
Right.
So I'm like, is it just the Northeast setting? Like, I want that kind of small town. Like, if I'm going to be in a small town, I want that version, not necessarily the version that we all grew up in.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, like a little envious. Like if I could have a little Hallmark little town, that would be really cute too.
Like Stars Hollow.
Yes.
Yeah, with the gazebo on the cover of the book, that was giving, like you said, I mean, that Vampire Diaries, I'm like, even Gilmore Girls, like the gazebo was so small town, and just every season or every major holiday and those things. I'm like, what do we get to go to? The fair and I mean, I'm like, so I'm like, yeah.
When I was listening to it, obviously I'm in Scout and Run the whole time. And I was just like, man, Scout and Run could use a bed and breakfast. and I was like, I don't actually want to do that. But it definitely gives there's only 10 people that live in this town vibe by any means. Which surprises me with the bakery. Like how does he money wise? But that's beside the point.
Especially because he gives it all away all the time.
It's the 90s.
Yeah.
No.
It's that one guy
pizza guy. Yeah, I'm like the pizza guy. And then of course the lady with the sandwiches, and she just put mustard on it or whatever. So I guess they do like a bartering system. But what's the next book? I'm dying to know.
Okay. Well, thank you for participating. Our next meeting is October 16th at 6 p.m. Central. Sorry, Chris. So you're going to be at 7. The poll will be posted on November selection for October 12th. So make sure you get those book recommendations in by then. Our October book club pick is Tourist Season by Bryn Weaver. So it comes out on September 23rd. It's brand new. I know that it is on Audible. You can get it on Kindle. I'm not sure it's going to be on Kindle Unlimited. I do believe the rest of her books are. So if you are a Kindle Unlimited girl, then go forth, read it. Her audiobooks are amazing though. I don't know if it's on Spotify yet. Obviously it's not out yet, but we will let you know when that happens. And same thing with Hoopla, Libby, Overdrive, the library. As I said, I'll let you all know when those things come out. Yeah, Tourist Season. Obviously, this is going to be a darker romance, so check your trigger warning. It's important. She's funny because we read Butcher and Blackbird, and she's funny, but they are darker. Butcher and Blackbird is serial killer romance. This is probably also going to be a serial killer romance, but they're funny. And they have a great side character, so I'm so excited.
I'm excited too. We need something a little darker after our Hallmark feel good.
Oh yeah,
Good one for October.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But y'all might have to warn me because I can't even watch scary movies before bed. I have to watch like Bluey or something after. So like I have to prepare myself if it's going to be spooky.
I wouldn't say it's scary,
morning,
scary. Corey's not on here.
So this author is I will actually talk once during this meeting. This author's really cool. If you're kind of scared of dark romance in a whole, she's very lighthearted about things. It's actually how I started reading again. So it's kind of a cool little aspect of it. It's not, I wouldn't call it scary. It's more of it's dark content, but there's a lot of comedic relief to it. She has a tendency of ruining foods, and but a lot of times there's always the animal sidekick aspect to it that she does really well. One of my favorite authors. So, like I said, if dark romance has intimidated you, this is the best. She's the best author to kind of get into it with. I've actually Sam's got some of my books right now from her. So,
oh, that makes me feel better. But if I show up on your doorstep, you're a mile from me. You're the closest ones. With my pillow, just know.
And her audiobooks are fantastic. She has the actual dual narration, narrator. Yep, but both of them. So if the main male character is talking, even if it's in the FMC's head, then it's going to be his voice, no matter what. So it's not like a female voice, a female narrator comes in and tries to make a male voice. It's actually like both of them at the same time. So the audio is perfection. But anybody have anything else to say while we have 4 minutes?
I'm excited. I'm enjoying reading different things. You know what I'm saying? Like you always kind of get stuck in your normal thing. So I'm liking just branching out to read things out.
And that's why we're kind of doing for November, we are doing the sharing is caring as like, what is your favorite book that you've read in 2025? It has to be romance. Obviously, we're in a romance group. And it's the first book of that series. So everyone's starting off on like at the bottom. But what is something that you absolutely love that you want to share with everyone else? So that's kind of, so make sure you drop those spots in. Corey already added his, I already added mine. So put those in and we'll vote and see which one we're going to have for November after that. I'm excited.
Excited
Good
too.
job.
Yay!
This was fun. I was looking forward to this all week.
Thanks,
Me too.
Katie.
Thank you. Thank you guys for joining. And if you know anybody, coworkers, I'm like, you're all my friends. So I'm out of friends now. Also, my whole family's here. So I'm also out of family. So I'm out. I'm letting y'all enjoy now. So spread this. I still need to add, but I will show you how much time? Yeah, I got 2 minutes. I will show you the gift that I will be drawing as soon as we get off here because I can't do it. So it's going to be hanging. I don't know if y'all can see that. I'll bring it closer. So it's going to be hanging on a cord, and it says Romantasy, and it's a book sign. So what you're going to do is on your bookshelf, you can slide it in, and it hangs. I don't know if y'all can see that.
Yeah.
But yep.
It thought your thing was fake. Like that's your actual bookcases.
No, yeah, it's not bookcases.
I thought it was a background.
You know how expensive those were? They're real.
Listen, this is a flattery for you. You did that's a great.
It's beautiful.
I thought it was not real because it was so cute.
Nope. These are all real books.
Awesome.
And I got 2 more sides too, but that's beside the point.
That's a cool gift too. I like the little sign.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm gonna have Kyle work on making more of them eventually. I'm also thinking about doing stickers because we have a QR code in the book club app, so you can just scan the QR code, be invited. So if anybody's interested in helping me out with sticker designs, I have sticker paper that I was going to use for work. I haven't got to that point yet. So if anybody wants to do stickers, we can also do stickers. Just sharing the love.
Jenny and I have crickets.
You have crickets. So if anybody wants to help me, I'm available.
You're under a minute now.
All right. It was fun. Thank you guys so much.
Yay!
It was awesome. Good job, Kate.
Love you
guys. Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Love you guys. Bye.